Hello and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Solar Expanse. We're continuing our run with the house rule as NASA of Fission all the way, which is where ships, other than that, which is implicitly or explicitly called by contracts, we're only allowed fission. So only fission ships and fission launch vehicles, at least until we have everything in fission research. At which point we might relax the rules a little bit for advancing to maybe solar sails or fusion. This is the beginning of the second stream, so this should be the beginning of the fifth part. By the rules you can see up here, I'm allowed only one Eagle, one Stratos, and one Hermes because contracts call for them. At this point, we've already gone ahead and disassembled the Hermes because fission ships were already that much better than it, or for our purposes. We're coming up potentially in the near future where we will disassemble the Eagle and the Stratos. Maybe less the Stratos, although the Stratos is... the reason we might delay on the Stratos is because that is effectively a launch vehicle for the lower gravity planets as well, that we can move around, whereas the Eagle, once we get fission-based launch systems, is obsolete, both in theory and in practice at that point. Just a reminder, I'm playing the Stellaris soundtrack as the background music here instead of the game's basic background track. This is because the game's background music by default, I believe, at least gets flagged on YouTube. I'm not at the point on YouTube where I actually have any revenue generation from it, but I still get to see some of the flags. So I'm not sure if it is a thing where it doesn't generate any revenue, or it just throws a flag, or what. But I know the background music flows a flag, so we've turned that off from what we've learned from the demo. But getting into today's stream, between streams I did check to see if there were any time-sensitive achievements going on that are coming up. And there are effectively three time-sensitive. I'm not sure if the third one is time-sensitive. One of the time-sensitive ones is to effectively complete this contract. I don't think you technically have to complete this contract, so if you somehow complete it without getting to it, I think it still counts. But the achievement is to get 1,000 people on Mars before 2050. So we've got 13, we'll say 12 years to do it. That's probably pretty doable. That means we need to have 3 flights of 300 people going to Mars, plus what we already have there. So that's doable. That's pretty easy to do, I think. And that's one of the things we're going to try to be doing here. Another one is to get Mars terraformed by 2000 something. We got lots of time to do that. We'll probably do that one long before it is required. But one of them is to terraform Mars within a certain period of time. And then I think the third one might be the interstellar ship traveling within a certain period of time. If that one was time sensitive, I don't remember that. I think that's the one that might not be time sensitive, just the interstellar ship. I think the long-term goal for the run is to get the big, solid planets habitable. So get Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, and maybe some degree of improvement on Luna as well, because there's some things we can do on Luna as well for habitability. So prove the habitability across the board. That is the plan. And get them probably fully habitable for those big 4. We'll send the interstellar ship off. That'll happen probably in that time window fairly easily as well. But yeah, so short-term goal, get 1,000 people on Mars. Now, enabling goals going in the near future. Right now we're working on 3 techs. Particularly, I want access to not the Magpie, the Pelican. The Pelican here for launch vehicling. So this is how we're going to get things off of every gravity well that does not have a merged orbit and ground. So that's Earth, Mars, Venus, the Moon, Phobos, Deimos. Eventually, this is going to immediately replace the Eagle as well when we get it. So we want to start working towards getting the Pelican. Notably, much like with a ESA start with running out of nobles and the petrol start running out of petrol, we're probably going to very rapidly, if we haven't basically run out of it, hydrogen. So we're going to have to scale up hydrogen. In particular, you can see this thing has a launch cost of 3 kilotons of hydrogen per launch. So we want to probably be producing hydrogen on Earth at a rate where we can launch this on its reusability period. So every 50 days. Because I think one of our short-term goals is we want to boost hydrogen production to meet that goal. Another thing that's kind of going to come up is, obviously, I need hydrogen. We need hydrogen to move around the solar system because we're running fission ships, and all the fission ships burn hydrogen as their reaction thrust. So I am going to have to sneak... After we get nuclear launch vehicles, I might do... In fact, I think I will commit to it. After the nuclear launch vehicle and we get access to the Magpie, I'm going to queue up, and we're going to pick up Hephaestus for a more fuel-efficient ship. We jump from the Prometheus, which is a 20 kms ship, to Hephaestus, which is a 30 kms ship. So that's 20 to 30. It's about a 50% more fuel efficiency for what we're pushing. And these are also bigger ships. They carry more stuff. After which, I think we need to make the run down to Orbital Gas Extractor. This way, in fact, this is maybe a thing I can show easier by exiting the tech tree first. So let's pop out of the tech tree. And go over to Jupiter. So Jupiter, as you might imagine, has hydrogen. It's a gas giant. And as a gas giant, it's made of... Well, the game will allow us to harvest 73.1 billion tons of hydrogen from it. Plus water, or plus megatons of water, megatons of nitrogen. It's even got billions of tons of helium, which will helium-3, which we'll need for fusion ships in the long run. And that's just one of the gas giants. Saturn, more hydrogen. Multiple billions of tons of hydrogen. Uranus, multiple billion tons of hydrogen. Neptune, multiple billion tons of hydrogen. You're probably seeing the thing there. So we're going to want to be getting hydrogen from these gas giants, realistically, to fuel the fleet going forward. So we've got... You start basic habitats. We're going to want to run down spin grav into orbit production into orbital gas extractors, so we can acquire hydrogen from our gas giants to really power ourselves going forward. So that's what we're going to queue up after that. I think once we're done with that, we'll probably actually delay really doing anything sort of immediately qualitatively impactful in the tree, and I'll probably run through the computing techs. There's a debate whether these are really worth it. But if we're going to do these need to be done. The sooner we do these, the better they'll be, because the longer payback period on them will be worked through. Yeah, so this is the upcoming tech tree that we're going to run through. At least get down to orbital gas extractors. And then I might do computing after that, but we might run into some of the qualitative stuff. Oh, and in the tech tree, short-term goal is from nuclear launch vehicles. I want enough hydrogen production to fuel a launch of a Pelican every 50 days. We'll round up. We'll round up 49 to 50 days. So 30 kilotons times 50 days. Pull up the calculator because we're gonna be doing some math, and this is only actually the first step of the math. So 3,000 divided by 50. So we want about 60 tons being produced a day. Now, on planetary bodies, not all the planetary bodies have the same launch costs. Earth, for example, has a nice habitability modifier due to having appropriate temperature, appropriate oxygen, appropriate pressure, so on and so forth, gravity, water, radiation. I believe this imposes a... I'm trying to see if I can find it here. A launch cost modifier. Or is it the other way around? Is it other things have a reduced one? I don't know a good way to check that. I suppose I can check that with a launch, right? calculate a launch. So the Eagle says it has a launch cost of 3 kilotons. So in fact, that has the same hydrogen launch cost. So if we see how much fuel an Eagle will launch with coming off of Earth, that will give us an idea of how much the Pelican will launch with, I suppose. Okay, so I've got enough stuff that I can probably plan a launch here. So Earth orbit. I only need to plan this one, but... And resources. We probably want that carbon in orbit, let's say. Oh, that's silicon. Let's say we want that silicon orbit. I don't actually want the silicon orbit. It's silicon at the moment. Probably want to say, put the allies in orbit, let's say. And really, I just need something that I can bring it up to 200 with. We're not going to launch the war right now. On the Eagle. Modified by atmospheric pressure. Okay, so I was about to do some math and saying, oh, I probably need more than 3 kilotons. Apparently, I can get away with less. So the atmospheric pressure on Earth is not so high that we're actually maxing out the launch cost, is what that's telling me. Okay, I can work with that. Atmospheric pressure is 1.22 ATM. Oh. Earth pressure higher than what it should be? Someone's been releasing gases that they probably shouldn't be. Probably CO2. Probably more CO2 in the atmosphere than we're supposed to. Okay, so I want hydrogen. Given that it is less than the predicted instead of more than predicted, I'll roll it. We got, we'll keep the base lower number. I think I'm going to want 60 tons of hydrogen being produced today. I currently make 0.06. So we need to increase production, not by 10 times, not by 20, not by 100 times, but by 1,000, or I want to increase it by 1,000 times. I do have an electrolysis plant, so I need 999 more of these at our current production rate. Oh boy, that's a lot. And by extrapolation, I need 90 production of water. At least on Earth, water production should be fairly easy. We're getting like 3 tons, so it's going to be... That's going to be 100, or no, 200 of those. So I need 199 more water extractors, water ice extractors. Yeah. This is also that I can be launching basically back to back to back, because if we come into the market here, I do not think I can buy hydrogen. I can sell hydrogen, but I cannot buy hydrogen. So we need, if I want that extreme amount of launch capacity, I will need to pay for it. Oh, I think I know why my math's off. My math's off because I have not the vehicle assembly bay, Do you not have a launch pad on Earth? I do not have a launch pad on Earth. I thought I had a launch pad on Earth. I was going to say, oh, it must be because I have a launch pad on Earth. I don't have a launch pad. Okay. Never mind. But yeah, so I want to make 60 hydrogen a day. So I need to make another 199 water ice extractors. I need to then make another 999 electrolysis plants. Let's hop to that. And I probably want the same sort of productivity on the moon and Mars, and maybe is it Phobos is the one that's got water on it? Deimos has water. Maybe even on Deimos. Although Deimos probably doesn't have enough. Yeah, Deimos doesn't have enough water to support that. Earth does though. Earth has megatons. Although, for how long? That's a different question. We might accidentally deplete the amount of water on Earth surprisingly fast. Oh dear. Okay. Now that I have mathed what I'm going to math, it's time to generate more hydrogen. So, I presumably want to be mining fast, or building faster. So, building one thing at a time is not going to be enough. Let's increase this to 5, so 4 construction sectors. And then I needed... I worked it out. It was taking 0.3, and I want to make 29. Oh, it's 30. And no, 300? 0.3 becomes 3 if I do multiply to 10. Multiplied by 100, it's 30, and I need 90, so I actually need 300 of them. Okay. This is metal, so we're gonna buy metal from the market. Warehouse extractor, shift, add 10. 1, 2, 3. And it did not give me 10, did it? This is a situation where it could be a little more. Whatever. We'll watch how much we get. We're going to build up the ice first, and then we're going to transition over to swapping over to hydrogen. Making the hydrogen. Because I think the refining is also iron. Yeah, so we're going to have to buy iron off the market. I may even need to start mining iron. And that's just so that we can have the hydrogen launched to be frequently launching stuff from Earth. Okay. In the meantime, I've got the planned mission out to Kutno, the planned mission out to Ceres. I think we have 2... I've got one here if I want to ship the next mission to Mars, but we'll hold off on the one to Mars. I can probably actually use some more people in the work sites. We'll buy up 59 people. Get up to 200 again. Okay, let's unpause and let's let our stuff build out for the moment. We got stuff going. Oh, I should also pop over to Mars. Mars needs to prepare for having a full 1,000 people here. So for the moment, we got 2 habitats here. That means I want to build out another 8 habitats, and then build up the industry to support the arrival of the people. So construction here, we want 8 habitats. I have the metal, I have the food, so we can actually just queue up the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I suppose then we probably build up the water, much like we're doing on Earth, and make hydrogen, because we're going to need hydrogen from launching from Mars. Okay. And I've decided there's not enough water on the moon to mine the moon like that. The moon will run out pretty quickly. Yeah, kiloton. If we're mining at kiloton levels, we're going to go through the water on the moon. I'm tempted to do hydrogen. In fact, we are doing some hydrogen on the moon. I'll probably continue expanding that. We're not going to go hundreds, because we're going to blow through the water if we do that. We've already got stuff queued up. Let that stuff build out. Okay, unpause, let stuff build. Probably go to a slightly faster speed. Series 1 is away. So, our both are on? No, the second one's about. There's cutouts going off. What do I have a problem? I'm out of power. Okay. Probably do solar power on Earth. Although, we are getting pretty efficient at nuclear power. Could do nuclear power. Can I buy that? Yeah, I can buy that. It's expensive, I can buy one. Okay, put that at the top of the construction queue. That's gonna burn through the radioactives, but so side effect. In the meantime, I'll buy up a chunk of radioactives. So we get more power for the Earth in 1,000 days. Then we're still building on the moon, still building on Mars. Series 1 is away, Kutno is away. for it to be faster to build solar panels. At least for the short term. They build in 50 day. Yeah, it would be faster in the short term to build some solar panels to get it repowered. Okay, back to power on Earth. How's the job market? Okay. I have more jobs than people, so I need more people. Okay. So we're gonna build out more habitats on Earth. Even on Earth, they live out of habitats. Still building on the moon, and getting pretty close on Mars. Okay. Hi, Sari. I guess, or... I don't know why I got the achievement for... Oh, it was any... Was it any asteroid? Did we arrive... We arrived... at Cutno. Yes, okay. We're at Cutno. Construction is beginning. People have arrived. We have... Station for 20... Can I bring the stuff along to build an outpost? I did. We get outpost and construction. Gravity is too low to build habitat. And yeah, then we should be able to be fine there. The Prometheus at this point can do the return trip to Earth. Oh, to Earth orbit? Prometheus. Come back with nothing. No launch vehicle required. Optimal transit. Leave with the minimum fuel required. There's our return. Land out. One out to Ceres is not there yet. Okay. Yeah, we've got the achievement for Belta Loda, which is colonize Ceres / any asteroid. So I was surprised because I saw Ceres and I was like, I don't think we've arrived at Ceres yet. Just kind of know that arrived. How much hydrogen do I have in Earth orbit? That's Luna. That's not what I want. Earth orbit. Probably about enough for a single launch to Mars. We could do with more up there, but I don't yet have it produced. Okay. I suppose I do have something produced at the moon that I maybe should attempt to bring home. Okay, where... Is my Stratos at Earth or Mars? Stratos is at Earth, okay. So. I don't have anything for the Stratos to bring from Earth, so we're just going to fly it to the moon. I literally do not have the fuel at Earth for the Stratos to fly. Okay, we're gonna have to fix that. It shouldn't be that hard to fix. I can just buy up fuel off of Earth, launch it up on the Falcon, or launch it up on the Eagle. Didn't I just buy fuel? Just bought a ton of polymers. This is why I gotta be careful with what I'm buying. There's the fuel. Up on the Eagle. Launch. At this point, I don't need that Falcon. Let's go ahead and actually disassemble the Falcon. I'll disassemble the Falcon from there. There we go. Scrap it. Keep the Eagle, of course. Closed cycle gas core 4 years. That's the next tier. Thermal electric rockets is done, which is nice. Okay, fuel been launched. It's now in orbit. Plan a Earth orbit to Luna. Transit of the Stratos. It's going empty. So bring minimum fuel because we in theory have fuel on the moon. And we have hydrogen on the moon, which we want back in Earth orbit. I'm going to begin preparations for the next human launch to Mars. I suppose I actually need another habitat here on Earth, so I can actually store... In fact, let's go 2 more. Store them here before we launch them. Hire them up. And then I need a lot of crew compartments. Okay, so we want to buy up like all the metal on Earth. And like all the alloys on Earth. Okay, so each of these are going to carry 5. So to ship 300, which is how many I want to ship in a pass, I need 60 of these. So shift, click once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. So that's 60 crew compartment type S's under construction. I think I want to send a radioisotope generator with them. And more carbon. Because right now we have no way to get carbon in situ. Well, the carbon was quite a bit expensive. More expensive than I expected. We bought it at this point. Although that's why I bought kilotons of carbon. That makes sense. Our transit happened to the moon. Now we can do the return, Stratos, add resources, add hydrogen. Please bring me the 800 tons of hydrogen back. Gotta do it 100 at a time. Okay. This is one reason I want to move away from the Stratos. Minimum fuel out because we want to be able to go and come back. Then in Earth orbit, we want to return to the moon. With the Stratos, leave the hydrogen at the destination. I'm actually going to have... Oh, I don't actually have that much hydrogen in orbit, so we'll do minimum... Yeah, we'll do minimum transfer here. Okay. And then return trip Luna to Earth orbit, Stratos, add hydrogen, the 100 tons. Minimum fuel. Repeat. Earth to Luna. This actually has to be Earth orbit. Stratos. Leave the hydrogen behind. Return to the moon. From the moon. Back to Earth orbit. Stratos. Add the hydrogen. Minimum fuel. And at this point we're saying we're at the point where we can't do another launch from the moon with our existing fuel supplies. So that'll be all the launches. So we can see we're going back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth, dragging hydrogen to Earth for our next launch to Mars. Is the plan. And Mars is almost ready for all the people that will be coming to it. Housing for 930, about to hit 1,000, so we're good for the short term. Carbon will last 65 years, and we'll have each one of these waves bring some carbon along with them. I suppose in the meantime here, I do want to build up metal production. Or am I happy with my existing? I've got 6 metal mines. That's probably good enough. 6 metal mines is probably good enough here. We're making 0.1 tons a day. How much power production do I have? Do I have the... Oh, this reminds me. But no. After you're done with your habitat, please. Build a research laboratory. It's better. It was like, do I have the research laboratory on Mars? Do I have it uncut now? Let me check. Yes, we have the research laboratory on Mars. Got an alloy smelter going. I'm saving up, presumably, to get the glass kiln. So I can make solar arrays in situ, in case I'm not making enough power from the radioisotope to power the expanding industry. I want to do more conversion of metals to alloys. Oh, I'm producing 9 tons, or 4 tons a day, so yeah, probably do a little more conversion. So let's get another alloy smelter. Five would bring us up to... 5 would be another 75 to bring us up to just short of 90. Yeah, we'll probably do like 5 alloy smelters. Assuming I have the power. Don't have the power. I have enough for 4. So... Oh, and I need to run 1 glass kiln, so 3. 3 for the moment. 1... Oh, and these take power. The habitats take power. 2 for a moment, and the glass kiln, because I want to get the glass kiln a little bit quicker. We can build up the... And I can't do that until we've got the power. Okay, so that we got Mars queued up. Luna is building stuff as it wants. Luna is actually, at this point, basically out of metal. In fact, it's going to deplete everything it's got up there in 18 months. So I might actually want to start disassembling alloy smelters, because we've converted all the metal. Most of the metal. And then the alloy that we have up there probably wants to be used to convert silicon to glass, so we can run solar panels. Okay, yeah, I think I'm at the point where I think I have enough alloy up there. We're gonna disassemble all of you. I'm going to make a few more alloy smelter, or not alloy smelters, glass kilns. So we're going to make glass quicker. No, and I suppose later I'm going to probably want to disassemble them, turn around and disassemble them, so I have the alloys for building the solar array. Be fine. Okay, and this metal probably wants to then go into... I'll make a ton of water up there. I might be willing to do a little more water extraction. Question is, do I want more fuel or do I want more hydrogen right now? Because I am using hydrogen to do the bounce back and forth. We'll let that queue get done. Okay, let's actually let some of these queues move. I now have housing for 400 people on Earth. So let's acquire recruit as many as we can, so 109. More is available for recruits. So recruit another 91. And that gets everything operational on Earth. So I'm actually at the point where I need more power. Yeah, depending on where we are in the year, I need more power. Okay, so let's quickly build another solar array. Shove that near the top of the queue so it gets done in a reasonable amount of time. There we go. And now I'm waiting for... our stuff to build so I can do the human launch to Mars. Okay. So I now have 60 crew compartments, which is enough to carry 300 people to Mars. We've got plenty of carbon. Work on the radioisotope generator. So we'll send this, and whatever carbon fits on the Stratos, or fits on the Eagle up to orbit, so that we can carry it on the Prometheus to Mars. And I should have a decent amount of hydrogen in orbit to make the transit. We are more fuel efficient, and we're getting more fuel efficient. There'll be another improvement in three or so years. So hopefully that is enough hydrogen up there. If not, I'll have to do a launch of fuel to retrieve more hydrogen from Mars, or from Luna. Suppose I could actually just launch some hydrogen from Earth. And then Earth orbit. Oh, I suppose I have some carbon in Earth orbit, so I could launch some of the hydrogen instead of the carbon and do a swap in orbit. That'll work as well. And we are burning through money relatively quickly. Okay, so I'm extracting 2.4 tons of water. Instead of expanding water production, let's swap tanks and start making more hydrogen. Pretty much 2.5, so I actually can't run very much extraction or much splitting that more power. So we'll do an electrolysis plant into a couple more solar arrays for the moment. Okay, first solar array is done, provides more power. That I can probably do 2 more electrolysis units. Oh, and I need to acquire more people, so I have enough crew to do my shipping. And still work all the jobs on Earth. 36. I guess this is 600. And I already have jobs on Earth, we're just short of 300. So Mars is ready for our arrival. Mars does not yet have the titanium. That's one thing I've been working on here. So we can get the glass, so we can have more power, so we can actually have more things for the people here on Mars to do. Yeah. So the moon is not the same problem, but sort of the same problem. Well, I should probably do another load of carbon to the moon. Earth orbit to the moon, Luna. By the Stratos. Add. So this is actually why I had 100 carbon in orbit. To launch more carbon then. Minimum fuel, yeah. And then we'll plan the return trip, bringing more hydrogen. Minimum fuel. I actually have enough fuel there that we can do there and back again. So we'll set up there and back again. There we go. Okay. I should probably think about another hydrogen launch. Although, I'll be ready for that Earth launch, I think. As soon as these guys do that jig back and forth, so do the jig back and forth. Earth orbit has... .42. Okay, so let's do a quick check. Earth orbit to Mars orbit. With Prometheus, a single Prometheus. I'm just using this to check how much fuel I need, so we'll actually do the fuel as the cargo. As the optimal, I need 183 minimum propellant, which is actually doable with what I have in the cargo. Okay, so we can definitely do that. It's definitely doable. Definitely doable. Instead, I need to do Earth. To Earth orbit. Launching my crew. Orbital payload container. Add module. 1 radioisotope generator. Crew compartments. And the answer to how many is all of them. Should be 600 tons plus the radioisotope generator. I do shift add time. Okay. There we go. And then add carbon. On the Eagle, up you go. Sure, take the maximum fuel or supplies, which is 6 days. We got more up there already, so that should be easy enough to do. I can add more electrolysis in, so we'll do that. 2, 3. How quickly do these build? 150 days. Okay, so we should have the nuclear power plant online before those electrolysis finish. We can continue to expand at that point. We're going to go slow speed for the launch. There, oops. They're in orbit. So we want to do the Earth orbit to Mars. Technically, Mars orbit transfer. Prometheus. Add module, add module. Shift is so much better than just clicking everyone. Now that I've thought of that up. Okay. And then we want that 195 tons of carbon as well. Optimal transit to Mars. Maybe I should have held off. This is 2041, September 4th. So we're going to be sitting in orbit here for a while. We're going to be sitting here in orbit for a while. Don't have enough food supplies in the ship. Do I need to throw these guys back at Earth because I don't have enough fuel or not enough food in Earth orbit? Technically leaves them in Earth orbit. Now we're stuck up here for 2 years. Okay. That's an awfully long transit time. Different in the current year, and arrives in a different year than the current year. That's not enough for the mission length. Do I have to split this up over multiple launches because I don't have enough food capacity on the ship? Is this fuel efficient enough that I could run 2 Prometheuses? Let's actually contemplate doing a double Prometheus launch. In terms of cargo, it doubles the food supply, but that doesn't actually double the food. Or it doesn't get us fast enough. It doesn't get us enough food. Well, My Prometheuses aren't big enough. For these member crew. This is a problem that I didn't think I was gonna have. Okay. So I can do this with all 4. If we get all 4 together, we can do the launch. If I get them all together by September 41, we can do the launch. And then there and back, and it'll work out. Okay. Gotta remember September of the next year. Okay. So that was a bit of a bad day, because I've just spent fuel pushing colonists to orbit. I'm going to dump them back down on Earth because I don't want to waste the food capacity keeping them up here in orbit. Back to Earth. I could technically have fed them in orbit, but that seems a little wasteful. A spare human on Earth. That's still the maximum I want appropriate to the housing. Somehow the humans made an extra human, so go fire the extra human. Okay, so cyclical mission. Gonna pass on that. We're gonna wait until the launch window, at least next year. Spacecraft to the moon, Jupiter. Could do that, but we're not gonna do that. Waiting for. Oh, you've arrived. Okay. Same sort of thing here. I want... Oh, and Ceres is big enough I can build habitats on it. Outpost. Research lab. And I forgot to do this on the other one, but hydroponics farm. And no, remember to do the hydroponics farm. So that we're not worried about them running out of food, because Cutno has both carbon and water. And then back on Ceres, that Prometheus is ready for its return trip to Earth. Ooh, it's not going to be back in time. Gonna miss the optimal launch window. And I only have the 4 Prometheuses, right? So we've got... two here, 1 on the ways back. Where's the 3rd one? Or where's the 4th one? Sitting at Mars. Should also get that one back. That one might be back in time. I've got 2 at Mars. Which has 1 at Mars. It's not Phobos, although it could be Phobos orbit. Figure that out. No. I think it's in demos. Why are you telling me I have 2 at Mars? Do I have a second one on the way to Mars? Apparently, showing me I have 2. Oh, that's Destination Mars. Got it backwards. From Mars to Earth, please. Yeah, that makes sense. Optimal transit, minimum fuel. Easy enough to do. Oh, that's going to miss the window. Okay, so we're going to have to go not this next coming window, but even the one after that, which is going to be even worse. I've got the fuel, so it's not an issue, but it might not make all 1,000 to Mars by 2050. Because I need to be able to feed the crew on delivery. Earth orbit. Orbital payload container. Add and deliver more fuel to orbit, please. At some point I can swap over to maybe shipping some hydrogen instead. We'll get even more fuel efficient in a couple of years. I think that's also a thrust efficiency. Thrust, 50% more thrust, so that'll also make them do the transfers a little bit faster. Oh, I need to... Oh, I delivered more. Okay, so we're up over 10 years. I might want to deliver again. Could probably nick that from what we've already shipped to Earth orbit. Yeah. Yeah, I can do a couple. How much fuel do I have? I have enough for another cycle. Oh, when you were at the moon. Not actually supposed to be at the moon. Did I screw up a transit and didn't have enough fuel? Maybe. Okay, back to Earth, another 100 tons. Hydrogen to orbit. Yeah, I think I want at least some of that carbon on the moon. So Earth orbit to the moon. Hit the Stratos, add resources. There's actually an argument that it might technically be more fuel efficient to use the Prometheus system of just dropping stuff and not picking stuff up. But... There we go. So that has delayed that out to 17 years, which is good. Oh, the nuclear reactor uses a ton of crew. It's 200 each. Oof. Okay, I need more crew. Yeah, I arguably need another 300 living space for crew on Earth. So I have enough that I'm not depleting everything operational while we send the crew off. Okay. Oh, the power's not a concern anymore, which is good. It's 3 months. I might need to... This is tech choice. I'm going to probably need to get the radioactive mining tech sooner than I was thinking. Mining efficiency be 25%. Fissile mine. Yeah, we'll put that in the queue. I'm not sure if I want to rearrange the queue to get that sooner, but that's definitely going to be sooner. Four years. Hopefully I don't... Hopefully I succeed at paying attention and I can keep that fueled. Anyway, we're basically at the launch window, so if I wanted to do the launch, now's the time, right? So these to Earth... I may have actually missed it already. Earth to Mars... Two that are here because I need to leave now. Add modules. Crew compartment. Let's buy some food while we're thinking about it. I suppose I'm only going to be able to launch 200, so buy 200 for the moment. Optimal launch September 5th. Oh, and if I send them with the 200 food, they will have enough time. In fact, so part of the problem going on here is I don't have the food storage in the Promethei itself. I have it in the cargo hold, so I have to use the cargo hold is what's going on. I need to put like 100 per 300 people. Okay. Okay, so I can work with that. Let's do a... Let's get the colonists to orbit. And then we'll do a vectoring flight. Okay, so I need to spend half of my launch capacity here on supplies. And then we'll spend the other half on carbon. Running slow until the launch happens. So now I can tell Earth orbit to Mars orbit. I actually only need one Prometheus if we're going to load it in the Sure. One thing I set up generator. I'm gonna load it in the cargo bay. Loading I should put in the cargo bay. I can get away with one. I think. Take 100 tons along. And we still want to bring carbon, which is why we brought up 95. Well, brought up 100 tons of carbon. We can carry 95 with us. And yes, because I have loaded extra food in the cargo hold. I can make do. We can make do with that. Okay. It's doable. I got more hydrogen in orbit than I realistically need, which is good. It's real good. That's because we've been improving the fuel efficiency with the closed cycle, with the closed cycle drive line. Wood. Okay, first 300 is away. And of course, I just shipped a bunch of crew, so I need more crew on Earth. No, I don't need to close and open this every time. And then 83, 900. There we go. So we've got a full working space of crew, and I'm going to start construction of the next 60 pods. And then when they're done, we'll evaluate when the optimal launch window is. We might still technically be in the window, depending on how quickly we build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, and on Mars, how goes getting more power? So we've got the alloys, so we can crank out the glass kiln. The glass kiln will provide us glass. The glass we can then use to build solar arrays, so we can have more power. Or we gotta wait until the radioisotope generator arrives. That's the other reason we're bringing radioisotope generators out, so we can just continue to expand more aggressively. Oh, and I'm gonna want another radioisotope generator on Earth to ship out. Down to 3.6. Let's just buy up more radioactives. I think I'm gonna have to build more solar panels on Earth, honestly. Thinking that of it. That way I can disassemble the nuclear power plant. We've got it power boosted, so it's providing lots of power. Frankly, probably more than we need. Can I actually turn you down? I do like a partial time. Yeah. On or off. No in between. I'm picking way more power than I need with it. And I've already got 20 of them done. Okay, let's get an idea when the next window is. We're still in it. And then I'll put the part break in here. Okay, so Prometheus, Earth orbit to Mars, technically Mars orbit. Prometheus. Put a dummy load of something on here. Probably hydrogen. I probably have enough hydrogen in that thing. That's definitely. Optimal launch window 2043. So we gotta wait until 2043. So missed the launch window. Next one is 2043. So we'll have that in the next part coming up. I hope you have enjoyed me having plans too big for my own shoes. But I think it's good to have large plans. That's what we're working towards. Large plans. But yeah, hope you've been enjoying. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break here to get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea, and then we'll be back to record more parts. We're going to record a total of 3 additional parts tonight, or a total of 8 in the run at that point. So until the next part, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and/or stream, and bye for now.